England, the home of football. The beautiful game, it started here. For hundreds of years, football has brought people together, brought them here to see the best, be the best, play the best, and now is no different because the best are here and they play for a place in history. They come from Sweden and Germany, France and Ireland, and some from these very shores. Join us one more time, because tonight in the Gfinity Arena, two triumphant players will lift the Elite Series trophy aloft and will say proudly, proudly to the world, we are the FIFA Elite Series champions. And although England may be the home of football, this is my house! We move on because I want to know, I mean, A, who's impressed you out the semi-finals and who may be going to take it through to the final and win it for which team? So I kind of want your predictions as well. You're closest, Chew Boy, so I'm going to go straight to you.
Straight to me, I mean, of course, judging by that last game, it's got to be Gorilla again. Huge stage, he's going to perform. I guess you could also say Zelonius did very well to start that first leg of that semi-final for Team Method. So I think Zelonius has been... honestly, he could be that breakthrough player of the season, to be honest with you, that you're talking about, because I don't think a lot of people were expecting him to be, you know, doing so well, and he's performed at, I think he said he was on a 6-game win streak in Gfinity, yeah. Yeah,
when he came down and he mentioned that, but unfortunately not going to be in the final. Who stood out for you, Wolfie, today?
For me, I've got to go with Icevogel and Zimme. I think
Two people?
I have to, I'm sorry. Like, that game was the best FIFA game I think I've ever seen. It had everything, so... they've impressed me the most, but the person who's going to take it maybe for their team is got to be Zimme. I mean, he just beat the person who came second in the Manchester Foot Champions Cup. So if it's going to be anyone, it could be him.
Yeah. What do you think? Foot Champions Cup winner, Icevogel? Is it Zimme? Zimme going to take that victory on to the final?
I mean, both Chew and Wolf decided to pick two people.
Yeah. Why not pick three?
Do you know what? Do you know what, actually? I think everybody that's participated. I'm stealing Wolf's idea.
Wow.
I think everybody is the winner. Yeah, I think
everybody wins.
Yeah, I think we're all the winners here. You know?
Is it Gfinity the winners and FIFA itself?
Look, as long as we all have a great time, I think we've all won here. The players are producing great games. But yeah, we were actually talking just before we came back, and we were saying it's weird because we feel like a lot of the players who have put in big performances actually haven't come out with a result. So the likes of Icevogel, like you mentioned, he played fantastically. He just didn't have the luck on his side. So he impressed me the most. But again, on the other side of that, Zimme somehow got the result. So you have to say, Zimme, he's been impressive.
OK, let's break this down. We now move into the final, Fnatic versus UNILAD. It's a best of 3. And obviously, if one leg has to go to penalties, you have to have a winner for each leg. And obviously, there's a playoff place for the Global Series qualification. That's an incredible format. It changes. Will that be a strategy based on that, whether who goes first?
Yeah, there'll be even more of a strategy because I don't know if or I'm not even too sure myself, where they could substitute a different member of the organization in. We have Taz, who's been coaching. Does Taz come in?
Of course, he would like a place in it.
He would love a place in the playoffs because it was Gorilla who actually took his spot in Barcelona. He was they played together, played against each other for a spot in the playoffs. So Gorilla, maybe he owes it to his friend to give him a spot.
He does indeed. Now Taz is looking very nervous. Is it fair though? And this is a question for everybody. Is it fair that you get one win and you go through to the Global Series qualification? Is that fair, or is that how the cookie crumbles sometimes?
Yeah, I think that's the layout. You've got to take the advantage of what you get given, and I think it's all fair.
I just remember, if he loses though, then his teammate loses out on that spot as well. So,
well, he doesn't, because you get.
No, of course not. Sorry.
But
It's all right. He's fine. He's having one of those.
I'm having a long moment.
Because well, this is the interesting thing. Best of 3. If it's Xbox first, it'll be PlayStation second, then back to Xbox again. So it's about winning your first leg to go through to the Global Series qualification. So you just need to win your leg. So if your teammate, if Taz loses, say for example, he loses, but Shells wins, then Shells has got that qualification spot. So it still could happen in that way, and then Shells would have to win it again. But obviously, we're waiting for that coin flip, which I know that you're very excited about, T-Boy. But is it fair, though, that you could step up and get that qualification spot?
He's still got to play against the players who have made it to the grand final. So if you can beat those players, then of course, you know, you've still got to beat the players that have made it here. I think if you can produce a result again across 3 games as well, it's not like it's a best of 1 now. You're proving you're the better player. Then why not? Yeah. I think it's fair.
And what do we know about Taz? If it does happen, this substitution, I'm speculating now, but it's fun.
With Taz, I think it's safe to say he didn't have the best time in Manchester either. So I'm sure he's willing to or wanting to show us that he deserves a spot in the playoffs. So I feel like he's going to have to come out big. If he wants that spot, he needs to beat the opponent in front of him, and it's down to him.
Well, wise words. Chew-Boy, Wolfie, Maverick, on set. Let's do this, because now we have a final. It is Fnatic versus UNILAD.
Wait a minute, Richard, oh, there's the goal! Through for Envy. Hey, and we're all square, into Ronaldo! Doesn't expect he has to score. Save! Fnatic Arena, the final. Wow, what a start! Pick that one out of the bag. Zaloni is a 2-1 winner right now. 3-0, and we haven't even hit the 20th minute yet.
Wow, it just got tense in here, but this is so exciting. He's just saying hello to Taz.
Hi, Taz.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm a big fan. Hi, Taz.
Oh.
I almost ate the mic.
I just hit you in the face with a microphone. Listen, Taz, going to come straight in there. Well, welcome to the Elite Series. Save the best till the final, is that what we say?
I don't know, Gorilla's pretty good, so I don't know if I can say that, but...
and we got you, UNILAD, to the final. I'll come to Shells in a second, but
okay.
How are you feeling? That qualification spot is up for grabs.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played on the gameplay yet at Gfinity, so I'm just going to have to adjust really quickly. I expect to go through, but FIFA 18, you never know. So hopefully I can perform, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Shells, I'm just going to come and quickly chat to you. No Gorilla next to you. Now you've got Taz. How are you feeling? When are you going to find that form? Come on, Shells.
I mean, all the results beforehand doesn't mean anything now. It's all about this one game here. And if I play my best, I think I can win it.
Yeah, he's locked in. There's no mucking about with that. Well, listen, UNILAD, one soul clapper just in the arena. Just happy with that comment. Well done, you, Shells. Listen, UNILAD, you finished the highest seed, so you get to choose with the coin flip. What's it going to be? Taz, you the captain? Who is?
I guess we'll go heads.
Okay. Heads is the call. Could it be 3 in a row? Oh my word, it is. It is heads. So, what are you going to go for? Xbox or PS4? Don't forget, best of 3. We'll flip-flop, so.
Yeah, Xbox first.
Okay, so that means we'll have 2 Xbox matches. I'm going to come straight in. We're going to do this. I'm just going to walk here. I'm just going to walk here. It's the final. I'm not going to muck about. This is too much at stake. Ranners, you're here. You're in the final. Thanks to that man next to you. What's going through your head now? Xbox first.
Yeah, no, I'm ready, so I'm looking forward to it. Not playing Gorilla, playing Taz, but I mean, it's basically the same. Like, that level is just so high, so still should be good. Yeah, and obviously that playoff place is up for grabs if you win your first leg, but you could be playing twice. Does that faze you? No, I'm not sure if that was a pun about Taz, but no, I'm good. Okay, perfect. Zimme. Yeah. Are we going to have more? The arena was just rocking when you were playing. Same again?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
It's going to be a good game.
All right, well, it's not long. If you get your wins, then you could be winning that trophy. Roma Fnatic, you can head up, as well as UNILAD. Gentlemen, best of luck. G-Boy, Tass is there. He was right behind you there for a second.
Yes.
What do you make of this? Great opportunity for him.
Great opportunity. It's, he mentioned that he hasn't played on this build right now, the servers that they have here in Gfinity. So It also tells me that he hasn't warmed up like, Zimme and Ranners. They've already played some games here, so they could be already like fresh versus he'll be picking up for the first time kind of in this situation. So it could be a tough match for him.
He's been here every week though, so he's got the kind of the layout. He knows where the fire exits are. Then that's important.
Very important actually to be honest.
It could be important,
yeah, very important.
Because if things get lit, anything can happen. But obviously he's been here, he knows what's happening. Don't shake your heads. There's people shaking their heads around me. But Taz, he hasn't played. Is that how much of a big factor that's going to be?
I think that's going to be a huge factor to settle down into the game. Ranners already knows what the situation is, and he's going to be warmed up. So Taz needs to hit the ground running, or he could be looking at an upset.
Okay, before I throw out to the touchscreen, Guru himself, what's it going to be, Fnatic or UNILAD? Who's taking this?
I mean, again, I always get it wrong, but I'm going to say it could be an upset for Fnatic.
Okay, well, let us know what you think about this right now. Chris Trout, the man, the guru, the touchscreen demigod. Look at him.
Wow, what a time to make your Gfinity debut. Tass, what a lonely-looking graphic that is, by the way. Obviously, no stranger to Gfinity events. He actually won the very first LAN event that we hosted in 2014. So a very experienced FIFA player coming up for his debut. Plays a very possession-based gameplay and has found quite a lot of success with the 3-5-2. Not really the most common formation used in FIFA 18. We've seen Ranners not having the best of semi-finals, but Zimme helping them get over the line to get to the grand final. It's going to be a very possession-based gameplay, and I really can't call who's going to win this one. I think it's just going to come down to who holds their head highest at the end of the day. Zimme, just how much does this mean to these two players?
Well, we are going to find out in just a couple of moments, but I must say I do like Tass's style. If you're going to rock up at any time, just come for the final.
Yeah, do it in the final. Turn up, get your playoff spot. Easy job, isn't it? Win some money.
Exactly. Well, we haven't seen him play this series, but he has a lot of experience, doesn't he, in this game?
Yeah, he's a fantastically experienced player. You know, one of the most renowned names there is in competitive FIFA. Had a fantastic 2017 season. 2018's been a bit up and down for him so far, but if he can secure himself a playoff spot here, he's going to be more than happy. And the best thing about it, he was saying he's got to get used to playing on the main stage very quickly. It's a best of 3, so he's got more opportunity than a best of 1 format just to get used to things and feel out his opponent.
Well, shall we get a sense of how he's feeling and have a little walk over? Tass, we've seen you here actually, just behind the UNILAD team throughout the series. How does it feel to be sat on the actual chair?
Yeah, it feels a bit weird, to be honest. The plan was for this to actually happen, so I shouldn't be too shocked. But now that it's actually happening, it's a bit different than when you expect something to happen when it's reality. So yeah.
Feeling confident?
Yeah, I mean, the playoff spot is a best of 1 FIFA. Obviously, we won the trophy as well. It's a best of 1, so you can only be so confident in a best of 1. I just hopefully have to perform, and hopefully the little things go my way.
Well, best of luck. Great to see you on this stage. Come on then, it's time for a prediction.
Oh, I mean, how do you predict a man that's just turned up and...
I don't know, but if anyone can, it's you on set, really.
Do you know what? Screw it. I'm sorry, Ranners, but I'm putting my faith in Tass.
All right, score prediction?
I'm not giving you that. I'm sorry. I can't.
Goals
it's going to game
one.
3. It's going to game 3.
It's going to game 3. Okay, thank you. We'll leave it at that. And Richard and Brandon, it's all yours.
It's going to game 3. Onset's called it early. It's final time, Richard. You know, we've worked for this since week 1. We've seen all the stories. You know, I'm going back to deadline day show. This is where we're rolling back to. And I saw that roster. I saw Tass in there. I was thinking, is he gonna feature at all? And we spoke to him before. He said, this will be the time I come in. If it's the final, this is when I'll jump in and I'll play that game of FIFA.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised by this. I spoke to a few of the guys at UNILAD, and they said, we read through the rules. We realised that it is that one game. If you win that one game, you get the playoff spot. Spencer, Gorilla, he's already got a playoff spot. Why not give it to one of his good friends, another pro in the scene, plays for FaZe Clan, is on loan at UNILAD every Friday. Why not share the opportunities? And that's what they've done. Tass has an unbelievable opportunity right now to get to the playoffs by winning 1 match of FIFA 18.
However, you know, the guys have been saying he's coming in cold here. We haven't seen him warming out the back. We've seen him, first of all, getting his teammates into this final. That's what his main worry has been for the last, 6-7 weeks of action here now. Obviously, we're in the finals right now. He's got a bit of a cough. Hopefully he's all right to carry on, but this is it for him now. This is literally 12 minutes of FIFA on paper, 6 minutes and a half, could be longer. Gorilla's into the coaching seat right now. If he wins, he gets a playoff spot. Whoever wins gets a playoff spot out of these two. If it's a draw at 90 minutes, we go to extra time.
And what a semi-final for Fnatic to get to here. It's been a roller coaster journey. It went to penalties, and it was the PS4 man Zimme
who had to clutch up in the end, knocking out the PS4 champion, Ice Vogel. But here we are, TAS up against Ranners. Winner gets a playoff spot, and we'll go 1-0 up in the best of 3 between the two franchises.
As you said, £25,000 for one of these teams right here. They've worked hard, they've come through all the weeks, 5 weeks of group action. If you top the group, you get a bye as well. There's been playoffs involved as well. Early on! Ranners takes the first blood for Roma.
Early start for Ranners. Exactly what he was looking for. We talked about TAS. It's his debut here at Gfinity. He's got to get accustomed to it. He has to warm up. And right now, 1-0 down inside 5 minutes. Worst possible start for TAS. Great finish from Ranners, though. Take nothing away from him. Edge of the box. Finesse shot from Ronaldo. Routine Ronaldo.
And on paper, TAS, Ranners, Zimme, Shells, no one has got a playoff spot. It was only Gorilla and Ice Vogel coming into this competition. And obviously since Manchester as well being a factor in there. So it's everything to play for. Whoever wins this game, whoever wins the next game, they're the playoff places. It could be 2 players from UNILAD, it could be 2 players from Fnatic and Roma.
Yeah, it could be 1 from each.
It could be, yeah.
As well, if TAS wins this game, and then Zimme wins the PlayStation side, 1 player each will be going through to the playoffs, and then the best of 3 will be the deciding game.
The cash game, you could call it.
Who wins the trophy, who wins the money.
But what a story it's been as well for Roma. They had no representation in Manchester, you know, looking out for every single ESWC qualifier they could. ESWC Ranners is going to Brazil tomorrow, I believe, to go and compete on the Xbox side of things in Sao Paulo. So if he can get his playoff place, he might as well cancel the ticket tonight.
Yeah, if he wins the spot right now, we'll even be going over to Sao Paulo to try and win a playoff spot, because he'll have ticked that box.
Or if he is, he's going there for a holiday. And we saw the passion from him. UNILAD, it's been quite routine for him. Shells there said when he speaks to Tom and Chu, forget about all the other games, forget about all the previous results. This is the one that matters. It's the final right now. Could it be the same goal again? Ronaldo off the upright.
Great strike from the R9 left foot. Cannoning off the crossbar. TAS looks like he's just struggling a little bit at the minute to feel his way into this game.
It's not easy. You know, this man has had a lot more experience at this venue. Take the live crowd into consideration. Take, you know,
at live events in general.
Playing on a different gameplay, playing in different situations right now. He needs to get used to it. And look how easy it is to break through this line of defence at the moment.
I think that is the 3-5-2 as well. He almost swears by the 3-5-2. If it's not working out for him, maybe Gorilla have a word in his ear. Just say, look, can we look at a formation change potentially?
And you saw it on his stats. First game, could he get his first goal of the competition? Literally, you wonder what we're going on about here. He's been a coach for most of it.
He's been coach for all of it.
True, yeah. Very true. And now he's coming in to potentially take a playoff place if he wins. However, Ranners right now is on track to do that instead. Playing the white Roma strip. Obviously, Fnatic one in the game of FIFA alongside hashtag Vitality Team Liquid.
Speaking of hashtag, TAS, formerly of hashtag United, won that Paris regional all the way back last February, over 14 months ago for hashtag United. Now representing FaZe Clan.
And it was back in Barcelona, that game where they faced each other.
Yep,
round of 16 was it, I believe, and whoever won got that playoff place. Gorilla won it. 2 friends are going at it, and unfortunately he won that one, and fair play to Gorilla right now to take him on his team first of all during the draft section, and now to go and give him a final to play in.
Yeah, giving him a massive, massive opportunity to get that playoff spot. You would say potentially, if he did win this, one of the easiest routes into the playoffs for a player, winning 1 match of FIFA. If it doesn't go to plan, he'll have to look towards that last chance qualifier, that last chance weekend, Brandon. 23 spots on the Xbox up for grabs next weekend.
Well, another Rumba tournament, so you've got Tropsy over in Scandinavia. The ESWC this weekend. You've got ESL tournaments happening all over. You've got Italy this weekend. You've got Poland in a few weeks' time. Spain. Eredivisie still needs to be concluded. The J League in Japan. There's so many qualification. There's so many ways you can get into those playoffs in Amsterdam that were announced yesterday, 28th of May to the 3rd of June.
Just try and force it through, Tass.
He hasn't really had a chance, has he, Tass?
Defended well as runners.
Oh, he's done exceptionally well. You saw him there as well. He did say, kind of against the class of these players, it's not going to be easy. But you've got two options. Sit back and give him respect.
Or take it to him.
Just give him no respect at all. Say, you know what, I'm here for a playoff. Will we see another goal? Hullet. Just intercepted there. £25,000 as well. For the team overall that obviously does come out on top, as you said, Richard. If Fnatic win this one, UNILAD win the next one, we'll go to that 3rd and final game to decide where that trophy goes. And the first Elite Series with FIFA 18 involved here at Gfinity. In London, obviously, the Gfinity Arena has been a live crowd. Cheering these guys on, coaches, managers, friends, everyone involved. Can Tass get himself an equaliser?
Poor touch from Messi. Dispossessed and look for a potential counter-attack with that 3 at the back.
Here comes Ranners now. Look at the space. Just drive. Cut it back. One more. There it was. If you went to pull it there, you've got to be thinking on that finesse. Could be causing you some problems.
Yeah, look. Just in that area there. The
hit it.
5-2 looks like...
There we go. He's hit it. Nearly.
This will be a first half that Ranners has dreamed of. Not really had any pressure.
Tass has not come at him. He has not come at him at all. Whether it's nerves, whether it's just, as you said,
getting accustomed.
Trying to find his feet. The only positive I can take from that, he's only conceded 1 goal.
Yeah, and he has also got Gorilla, the world champion. Oh, he's gave it away. Mistake.
That's a lifeline right there for somehow his player to pull back in position. I think it was Rio Fernandez to clean up that one. Half-time in the final. No shots registered from Tass right now. Surely a fantastic half for the manager of that team, Colin Johnson, joined by Zimme.
Colin, a fantastic half for you, but very tense at the same time.
Yeah, I think that Ranners getting that goal pretty early on was really important because he's the kind of player it's pretty hard to come back against. And I think that Tass is probably struggling a little bit first time on the stage, first time in the Elite Series. So whereas Ranners, been here for 6 weeks in a row now. So
how are you feeling?
Pretty good. I think it's I'm a bit fried after that Zimme game, but yeah, I'm a bit more relaxed now, and I think that if he can just close this out, we'll be good.
Okay, well, let's find out if he can hold on to that lead. Richard and Brandon.
Thank you, guys. A little bit fried, does Colin Johnson feel after that game? Imagine how he feels if they go the whole way, Richard, and win both games and lift that trophy.
There'll be one very happy manager. He'll be the happiest esports manager in London, I'd put my money on.
Tass, though, register a shot, get something going and show. And it's out right now. I guess it's your first time on the stage. You're going to be nervous, of course you will be. Viewers at home will be watching, cheering you on. Here he comes now, Ronaldo. Into Hullet. Will we see the first goal of the competition from Tass? Out for a corner.
Yeah, great block from Marcelo. He's going to play short or look for CR7 at that front post. You can see Vieira there just
pushing him away, saying no thank you. He's got 3 now. Going to go into that Ronaldo. Something special. Asking quite a few questions there to score a flick-on header from those kind of distances.
Thierry Henry being featured for Tass, massive Arsenal fan. Henry, his favourite player. So what a story that would be if he was the player to get him back into this game.
And we're still waiting for a correct answer to win that Player of the Year Salah foot item. How many goals did Cristiano Ronaldo score in the 4 semi-final games, including extra time as well? I think I guessed 8, you said 11. We're probably wrong as well right now. Let us know on Facebook, direct message with your console choice to get involved in that one, and hopefully we can actually find a winner on that, Rich.
Chance for Ranners to make it 2.
He's onside as well. Could it be 2 now? And it is. So easy for Messi. And he's even mimicked the celebration in real life too.
And that's the frailties of the 3-5-2, you could say. Got caught where his fullback would be in the more regular formation. Played the one-ball pass. Messi was in. Slotted home. Lionel Messi. You can see there. Runners. Calm under pressure.
Don't think it's over yet, though. It's a long way here.
Switching into a 4-3-1-2 now is TAS. Notice that something has to change. Or is it going to be going in at right fullback, Marcelo at left back? And it's going to be Henri playing right back. Okay.
He's got Gorilla over his shoulder right now. Richard's in shock with the change there, but he needs 2 goals right now.
I'm trying to maybe see some light on it. Medium work rates. I think he's 6'2" as well, so...
Here he is, he's at right back.
Maybe.
He's a big fan of that man, though. That's the only thing I can put it down to, an Arsenal fan. Lots of attacking options on there. Neymar, Pele. Look at the... He's probably on always overlap as well. Look at how far he's running forward, that Henri. Needs a goal, though. Needs an early start. Ronaldo into Pele. Could that be the goal? TAS has scored. Big first goal. And it's in the final.
2/3 of this game already completed. We've seen the formation change. It seems to have had an instant impact on him. Pele, Ronaldo, a little bit of link-up play, low driven past the goalkeeper. 30 minutes left for runners to hold out.
And he's over his shoulder right now. Gorilla's saying, come on. That's it. That's what I've told you to do. I've changed your team round for a reason. And you know what? We said, what's that all about? It has worked for him right now.
And if this game is all square at 90 minutes, extra time and penalties will be in use to decide who is the winner, who will take that Xbox playoff spot to Amsterdam from the Gfinity Elite Series.
Ranners needs another goal. 1 goal is certainly not safe unless, as you said, park the bus, everyone behind the ball. Even then, he's still asking a big job for him. But that goal could have just brought TAS alive.
Yeah, could have lit a fire under him.
Do you think it helps as well that he has been sitting behind Shells and Grillo? He's been watching all the action.
Yeah, potentially so. I don't
all the pain they go through as well.
I wouldn't say he's coming in 100% flat cold.
Oh my! A cheeky deflection. Take them all while you can in the final. Ranners is even in shock for that as well. The 2-goal lead is restored.
Yeah, massive deflection it looked like. Huge slice of luck for Ranners. You can see Colin there in the audience, smile on his face. He will be very, very pleased with that. Fluke goal.
He's just got himself that 2-goal gap back again.
The cushion's been restored, you could say.
And you see there, Ranners on the right-hand side, waiting to see what formation has been changed. We can see a 4-1-2-1-2. Now he's gone, obviously, 3-4-1-2.
3-4-1-2 in use. Marcelo.
Yeah, it's centre-back. I know he can play there, but...
Everyone's doing a job at centre.
Yeah, everyone's just going around. He's got fresh players on the bench, though. He had a Salah there. Can he not offer you something? It's make or break now, though.
I think if you are TAS, got to try and get something pretty much straight away from this kickoff. We saw Zimme do it earlier. Scored instantaneously. Forced extra time. Been dispossessed, though, has TAS. Ranners wins it back. I can just take his time, recycle the ball, and try and kill this game.
And remember, as I did mention, at this moment in time, Ranners has qualified for ESWC in Brazil. He's flying out tomorrow. Will the flights be getting cancelled tomorrow? That's the question I can think of, and there's only one man that can answer that. It's Colin Johnson. Oh, it's party time right now! What a save! I thought it was party time. David De Gea had a different say in the matter.
Yeah, massive save from David De Gea. Could that potentially be something for TAS to build on if he wants to try and get back into this game? Short corner played into Pele.
Just relax on it. You're in front, you've got a 2-goal cushion. TAS, on the other hand, should be panicking right now, needs to throw everything at it.
I think if there's one man who isn't going to panic in the FIFA Esports scene, is TAS. Always a cool customer.
He's been there. He's got that experience. One more if he can. It's fell into him. Ronaldo! Oh, just took a deflection there. Everyone just throwing themselves at it to stop the shot.
Yeah, you would say almost as well deja vu from the goal that Ranners did score, that deflection. Again, looking to cause mayhem in the box.
And you've got to say, the factors we have mentioned about Richard, the you know, not being warm, not having that experience here at this LAN. It's a different LAN, it's a different setting for you to get used to. As you said about playing at your own home, there is always a difference. These are factors you've got to say. Ranners has been there. He has lost as well today. He's had that taste of loss, and sometimes you have to at any event.
To rebuild as well.
He had a big result against Epsilon fully as well, but if he scores now, what a game we could have in our hands right now. Ronaldo, a fake shot. That's kind of half dealt with by Ramos. Cleared to the back post. Look at the time. Look at the space on the rebound. Wow. We are on for a grandstand finish right now.
We have got our game on our hands right now. 3-2, the scoreline. 3-4-1-2, the formation still for TAS. Stay forward on pretty much everybody going forward. Hullet, stay forward. Pele, get forward. Henri, get forward.
Has Ranners changed? Was he still 4-4-1-1? It looks like he's playing there, obviously.
I think for Ranners, it's just the mental side of it now. Just get the ball, keep it. Do not let TAS have a sniff.
It is nice to change, though, formation sometimes, especially when you feel really under pressure. If you change it, it just adds a different way you can play, for example, and it's always important, as we said, to play about 4 or 5 different formations. But if TAS gets this now, he comes alive, we go to extra time. I think he rushed it, he panicked a little bit in the initial effort. And
could have had a touch.
Bounced back to him, very fortunately, and he ensured he got that goal. It's in Ranners' hands right now. Keep the ball, you win the game.
Looks like a couple of changes have been made by TAS as well. Ronaldinho.
Look at the high line as well, Richard. Offside trap just being jammed to ensure there's high press. That's dangerous, though. We know those balls can literally get intercepted quite easily. And we're going to see added time now. Oh, wow, he's got away with that one. Yep. Surely this could be game over. Added time to come. However, possession back to TAS. Everything has to be perfect. Well played, Vieira. Well done indeed. Added time to come. Hopefully at 2 minutes. Yes, it is going to be. Will Ranners be booking his place in Amsterdam? Seconds remain. Will he get another goal to send him there? Referee,
one more
are we done? The
Ronaldo wins the flick on.
No, am I? There we go. Game over. Ranners has taken the first playoff ticket here from the Gfinity Elite Series with a big win.
I tell you what, that just shows the story of Gfinity. He got drafted in Brandon. He played the tournaments online. He got picked up by Roma. He wasn't even the starting player. Poacher was. He came in when needed to. He was a substitute. Performed when called upon for Roma Fnatic. They've put his trust in him. And right now, he is the player who has booked his place from Gfinity in those playoffs. What a story.
And this is what the Gfinity Elite Series is about. You play online, you play the Challenger Series, you play your online tournaments. You finish in the positions you can, get drafted, and become a hero. Make a story of yourself, and he literally has for him.
TAS coming in for one game.
Yeah.
It's not gone to plan for him.
Hasn't gone to plan at all, but Two-Boy, a number of the other guys mentioned the factors. Not being warm, not playing the experience here in the Elite Series. They are factors you have to look towards, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think the only thing you can say, congratulations to Ranners. What a performance, Brandon.
Well, Tom Deacon, he always has an opinion on something. What do you see of that game, Tom?
I always have an opinion on something. Thank you very much, Brendan. That's very kind of you. My opinion is this, mate. I love your shirt. It matches the colour underneath you throughout the whole of the casting.
Oh, that's very nice.
I like it a lot. Lovely, lovely stuff, Brendan. Anyway, gentlemen, they're doing an amazing job, the two casters.
Does anyone even want to talk about what just happened?
I will talk about what happened, but I enjoyed. We have a little bit of banter. I love them casting, and what a great match it was. Can I just say, as they pointed out as well, Ranners coming through the Challenger Series, stepping up and getting that win on the board for Fnatic, and obviously getting his playoff place as well, which is congratulations to him after coming off the back of that loss earlier on in the semi-finals. But best of 3, which means if Fnatic win the next one with Zimme, they will have won the final. But if UNILAD can get a win with Shells, then it's all back on there. It will be a repeat of Ranners versus TAS. So, gentlemen, let's talk about that game rather than just have a little bit of Cockney action. Gentlemen, how did you see that match?
Well, I think it was what I was talking about at the start, before the match began, was that Tass is going to come in cold versus his opponent Ranners is coming in hot, and I think you saw it at the start where I think Ranners settled down a lot quicker than Tass did. I mean, Tass goes with that 3-5-2, and I don't think it really affected Ranners too much. Unfortunately, it did come down to a very lucky goal to separate them, but I thought Ranners played very well.
Yeah, it did. Could you say that Tass was a little bit sort of unmatched fit? You know what I mean? He's just a bit rusty when he seemed to be passing around to build up his confidence, but you haven't got time. It's the final.
Exactly. You got that game, and we were saying on the desk here that we felt that he probably should have changed formation a lot earlier than he did. He went 2 goals down and then decided to change, where for pretty much most of the match he couldn't find an opportunity.
Your favourite goal there, Nav? Your favourite goal?
It's 10 out of 10.
There.
It's one of them, when you're in the park as a kid, you dream of scoring them to win the World Cup with your team for that. But no, Wolf hit the nail on the head there. He that game, Ranners fully deserved it. Let's not get it twisted here. He fully deserved to win that game because for me, Tass he didn't really apply any sort of pressure. Ranners looked like he was playing with a cup of tea in his hand at times there. He generally didn't look troubled at all. And I think a deserved winner.
Yeah, a cup of tea in his hand, could have got burnt. He has been burnt, no playoff place for him. And now UNILAD could be burnt from this situation, man. You love it.
Segues.
What do you want about?
Segues.
Does he keep it like
how in the break?
In his pocket?
On fire.
Honestly.
I'll tell you what it is. If you want to know the secret.
Why are you keeping the fire trend going?
He's been saying nice things about me all day. So.
It was a hot chocolate. That's what did it. It's a hot chocolate, and I'm on fire now. Listen, on set, there's a situation. Taz could, and I'm not saying it's his fault, but if it were Gorilla up there, could have been a different story. They might be winning 25,000. It's £10,000 difference because your second place gets 15,000.
Yeah, I mean, ifs and buts. I mean, that's what we'll be asking at the end of this. But on the other side, he could be a hero. You know, if he comes back and gets to that third game and he has the opportunity, then he could be the hero. However, it is difficult. You know, we saw how good Gorilla is under pressure, and he proved it in the semi-final. Is it going to hurt them? Yes, he's lost that first game. Now it's up to his teammate Shells to produce the goods when he hasn't recently. So pressure that, you know, Shells had taken off of him in the semi-final by Gorilla's performance is now on him even more so in the grand final. So this is a time for Shells. If he's going to produce the goods, he has to do it now. He's shown what a good player he is. He just has to remind us, and I think he has to remind himself a little bit of how good he can be, and this is the perfect stage to do it.
Yeah, Shells, his season's riding on this. He needs to be a hero. There is a hero who's always in this Gfinity arena. He's a legend to many. You know where I'm going with this.
When are you guys going to fight? Like,
yeah, I want that. It's going to be like Batman versus Superman. It's going to be epic, DC. It's going to be stylish.
He's going to zip line and drop kick you in the head.
Chris, what do you want to add to that? What do you want to put in the mix?
I've got nothing, mate. Just your throws have just been top tier today.
Right. No, but let's talk about the match then instead. To talk about the fact that Shells needs to get this win, otherwise Fnatic are going to be the debut FIFA Elite Series champions.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a big game for both of them. A FIFA E-World Cup spot is on the line in this matchup. Zimme's had a fantastic semi-final. That 4-1-2-1-2 was absolutely lethal in that game, and Shell's still not quite getting off the mark, and if he continues to play like that, Zimmer's going to exploit him once again like he did in the group stages. But as he said earlier on, everything leading up to this point means absolutely nothing. These guys have got a big task on their hands, and there's a lot to play for. Nothing matters more than this one game of FIFA where it doesn't have to be pretty, it doesn't have to be effective. At the end of the day, it's all about that W and who walks away with the win. Seema, I can feel the tension over here on the platform. Does it feel as tense over there with the players?
Well, I'm solo for this bit because I've lost my partner in crime. But if somebody could have warned me that FIFA could be this tense, I've been on the edge of my seat for the whole thing. And you just made me very tense as well, just added to it. No, thanks for joining us. Yeah. It's very kind of you.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of out of breath now, which shows my fitness level. Hopefully these guys show a lot more endurance in this game and come out on top.
And breathe. Okay, from Shell's standpoint, we know that the pressure's on him. It is going to be one of the most important games of his life.
Oh, 100%. Obviously, the pressure is on. Can he step up to the plate? Because, I mean, Zimme right now, he's obviously just seen his teammate win. And I'm still out of breath, but he's going to try and keep his cool and keep his composure.
and a potential haircut that we might be able to see if he wins this.
I'm looking forward to it, because if he does win, that is going to be a golden moment, not just for us, but for everybody.
For everybody indeed watching. Well, we're all set and ready. I'll let you get your breath back. Actually, before I do that, do you want to give me a score prediction?
Okay. For me, I went with Shells last time, and I got it wrong. I'm going to go 3-2 Zimme this time.
Okay, very interesting. So definitely goals in this one. Let's head over to the casters, Richard and Brandon.
Thank you very much, Seema and Wolfie. Oh, Maverick, sorry. Apologies there, Wolfie. You had it there, prediction from him. He's gone this time against, you could say, what happened actually in the competition, because when Shells and Zimme met, Zimme won the game.
Yeah, he didn't only win the game, he battered him. He won 5-1. I think he was 3-0 up in like 18 minutes when they played in the first game. Right now, best of 1. If Zimme wins, Fnatic are your champions. If Shells wins, we're going to a best of 3 and we're going back to that Xbox tie, Ranners up against TAS. I think for the players themselves, the most important aspect is for who gets that playoff spot. Neither of these players have already secured a playoff spot, so if Shells wins, he'll be going to Amsterdam. If Zimme wins, not only will he be going to Amsterdam, he'll be going to Amsterdam as a Gfinity Elite Series champion.
And with a dodgy Barnet, because he'll have a
very dodgy Barnet.
He'll have an R9. I actually bumped into someone yesterday with that R9 haircut. It was some sort of fancy dress. He was wearing it. The taster of what Zimme could be experiencing in about 24 hours' time.
I'll tell you what, it was a decent little photo you got on Instagram.
He rocks it, to be fair to him. The Brazilian shirt just gave it the extra element. But however, I think Zimme will just be looking to hide in a hat if he has that haircut. He has to win the game, though, first. He's playing in the white, and he's going to be 1-0 up. No, he's not. Pele puts it wide.
Yeah, that prime 98 Pele just flashed it wide of the post. Early start for Zimme. Shells in that 4-4-2. Look for him to just try and spread the play as much as possible. Wait for the overlapping runs from the wingers. Low-driven finesse across the goalkeeper. That's pretty much one of the most common ways of utilising that 4-4-2. Coming inside and then low-driven shot, low-driven finesse.
And this could be the last game of the Elite Series for FIFA-wise.
Very much so, yeah.
Obviously, Street Fighter and Rocket League still to come tomorrow, but if Fnatic win this, aka Zimme, they get £25,000 and they will be crowned the winners. Both their players will have playoff tickets, and I'm sure their manager will be absolutely over the moon. On the other side of that, Shells, he needs a playoff place still. He said, don't worry about all the other scores, just focus on this one. Wow, that is great football. It was like headers and volleys that. The ball never touched the floor.
That's actually unreal FIFA. The way that he moved that ball inside. I like this from Shells. In the first time that they played, I think it took him till about 3-0 down. Then he changed formation. Right now, we've seen an instant change from Shells. Switching into a 4-2-2. Looking to just... I think he realised something wasn't going right for him. He's got that man TAS behind him. If there's one man who will be willing someone on to win, it will be TAS after suffering that defeat.
It's like one bounce, that goal there. Just a one bounce, everything stayed in the air on a half volley. And fair play. Zimme is in unbelievable form right now. Fair play to TAS after losing that game 3-2. Back to the coaching duty, back to getting at least one playoff place for UNILAD. Obviously, he had his chance, unfortunately didn't go well for him. It's great to see that he's straight behind Shells to support that man.
Yeah, it just shows the team cohesion from that squad at UNILAD. I'm sure Gorilla will be there as well, willing Shells on to win.
One leg of FIFA. If it's a draw, we go to extra time to decide a winner. If Shells wins this, yes, he'll have his playoff ticket. We'll be going to the third and final game to play for the trophy and the £25,000. But currently, we won't need to go there. Zimme is 1-0 up. A reply is needed by Shells. He said, forget about all the other games. This is what counts. I'm in a final for a reason. Yes, I haven't played all the games to the level I know I can. I was in Manchester for a reason. You know, I've been qualifying for these events for a reason. He hit 160-0.
Yeah, I think the main thing that he told me when I spoke to him before the semi-finals took place was he's lacking confidence at the minute. I think Manchester dented him a little bit. Quite a poor performance from him. He'll come out and say that openly. But I think this right now is a massive opportunity for him. Going 1-0 down early it allows him to try and build back into the game. He said, when I'm playing well, no one can touch me. When it's not going to plan, I've not really got a plan B. I struggle to get back into a game.
Right now, he needs to get back into this game, Richard. 1-0 down after that early goal. If Zimme wins this game, yes, he'll have his playoff ticket, but he'll be getting that R9 haircut as well that he openly went out on Twitter and said, why not? Probably, it weighs up pros and cons. You're in the playoffs, you're going to Amsterdam. However, has your hair got enough time to grow back before you get there?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully it'll be on show. Shells, though. Neymar, just caught in two minds there. Still in possession. Place to the back post now for Henry. He's going to have an effort at it. Still in possession for him. Ramos, quite high up there, the centre-back. Back to goal. Ronaldo!
Just flashed wide from R9 on the turn. Didn't let him come any further forward. Just kept him at bay. In that sort of range, you're probably looking at what, maybe like a 75% chance of scoring with your back to goal. And Zimme will probably take them sort of opportunities for Shells to create.
Here he comes again. Makes it look so easy. That one just falls to David De Gea, who can collect and just calm everything down for Shells. We're slowly approaching half-time. Ranners has got his playoff place.
Yeah, this is probably the most pressurised game that Shells has played since that grand final against Vitality Rocky. Long time ago, last May in Berlin, where he did win $80,000.
However, he did win the PlayStation side. He won the console side, a little bit like
against Timo.
Yeah, a little bit like Icevogel back in Manchester. Did the damage in Berlin, got to that cross-console final, which is an achievement in itself, and it was one pass, one clearance that really cost him. That gave that man a huge name and went leaps and bounds on from there with social media and his platforms. Went and signed for UNILAD, and now he finds himself in another final. Can he get an equaliser? Just kind of rushed that pass. That's taken a deflection. 5 minutes before half-time now, and Zimme can just have a breather.
Somehow he's got away with that, just forcing it down the line.
All the deflections are going your way. You're going to be all right. 45 minutes, Richard. Imagine when you're playing at home, 45 minutes in game time separates you from a playoff place, first and foremost, and £25,000. Oh, wow.
Thought that were a goal. Great block back there.
Front post, flick on, Ronaldo!
He's going to go out for a throw-in.
So when you have the direction on it that he wanted to. That is literally what Zimme can do to you. Come out of nowhere and punish you.
Yeah, the way that he can counter-attack so quickly, soaks up the pressure like a sponge.
Added time to come up 2 minutes here at the Gfinity Arena. This could be the last game of FIFA from the competition. If Shells win, we'll go all the way. There's some volleys in there at the moment. Get rid of that ball.
Chance for Zimme to counter-attack here.
He's waiting for that killer pass if he can find it. Referee, half-time here. Zimme is just in front. 1-0, Richard.
Yeah, and he's actually forced Shells not to have a shot on target in that first half. Zimme will be very, very happy coming into this second half.
The man that is happy, Ranners is down with Zimme. He's got his playoff ticket.
He really is very happy. 45 minutes, or another half, should I say, of winning the whole tournament. How do you feel?
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm over the moon after my result. Zimme being 1-0 up here at halftime. It's just good all round. And you're feeling very positive, but I think you're feeling more excited about the head being shaved. Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be unbelievable. Like, it's going to get a front row seat and just sit back and laugh, to be honest. I bet you are. Well, best of luck with the second half.
Something that he probably never thought would happen, this haircut. I know he was asked for 1,000 retweets, got about 1,500 in the end. And on top of that, he's hitting some unbelievable form, which have been lucky enough to see in London every week.
I spoke about it. He's probably arguably the best player just strictly inside the Gfinity Elite arena is Zimme. Always seems to clutch up for Fnatic when called upon. Can pull out massive results when needed. Thinking back to that quarter-final 6-1 victory in the first leg. Pretty much put the game completely out of bed before the second leg even had kicked off.
Could be worse. Could be even worse. Just like that. Liquid football from the Swede. Zimme is 2-0 up. And even closer right now to booking his playoff ticket to ensure he's going to Amsterdam. And £25,000 will be awarded to Roma Fnatic.
One man will be wanting to put a stop to that. UNILAD Shell switching to a 3-5-2.
Something has to give for that man. It's just not working right now. I can't really...
Started with a 4-4-2, realised after maybe 10 minutes, look, this isn't going to work. Switching to a 4-2-2. Since then, he's just gone 2-0 down, now switching to a 3-5-2. If there's any man who's going to be able to give you some tips on a 3-5-2, he stood maybe half a yard to his right, it's TaS.
And he'll be there supporting him because, unfortunately, he couldn't do his job, he couldn't do what he needed to ensure he'd get that playoff place, and instead, I respect that. He's coming to coach him and say, right, I'm going to get you there at least. He needs 2 goals, Richard. That's going to be an ask against a player like Zimme.
Yeah, 2 goals just to take it to extra time as well. Extra time and penalties are there if necessary for the players. We've already seen Zimme win a penalty shootout today, so he'll be confident in that aspect of the game.
And you have to look at the way that these teams have drafted as well. Look at, you know, the team that's in this final, Fnatic and Roma. They picked up Raleigh, a Swede, a young Swede, very good friends with Zimme to maybe make him feel comfortable, you know, playing there, to train against him. And you've got Ranners on the other hand, an upcoming player. You've got to take the risk in these guys. The Irish man, I think he's played for an organisation before, Golden Hawks it was, left them after Barcelona, so he ensured that he could do damage and come to this event, get drafted, and it's all going well for him right now. On the other hand, Poacher right now is probably waiting in the wings saying, this is where I need to be competing. He's probably doing everything he can right now. He's probably got a game of FIFA on whilst watching this saying, I'm doing everything I can, preparation-wise, to ensure I can be on the big stage.
Not only that as well, but I think in terms of the Roma Fnatic roster and the franchise in terms of FIFA, it's very much a communal family feel. You saw Poacher willing to coach any of the players here.
Shells. Could he get a chance? Skills are out, everything's out for him. Bale's on the pitch as well. Needs something magical. Fantastic block, attack isn't over. Ronaldo, he's dropped left. Gone right, a few ball rolls involved as well. Hit it, Ronaldo, penalty.
Wow.
Referee, just turn around there, TaS shaking his head. That even surprised me how that wasn't a penalty, but...
He's got a chance. Oh, Maldini's just
counter attack, straight down the other end, Richard.
That looked like, it just like a tangle of legs really. I don't think he had any control over the player. We've seen him gave before.
Shells just looks more up for this right now. Maybe he's left it a little bit too late, but 65 minutes in just after. Started to string together an attack or two, bring out the skill moves and just try and be unpredictable.
If he makes it free, you've got to think it's game over. Look for that run from CR7 down the line.
Could say a dream story if this comes off. He's getting that haircut, Zimme as well, as going to the playoffs. And they will be the champions. The FIFA side of the Elite Series, obviously still 2 more games involved in it.
I thought that bounced in. I thought that deflected in for a second.
Played short. Obviously, saw Ranners. He had an interesting deflected goal. I think that was his 3rd one. Could it be game over? Yes, it is! I think that's concluded right now. A hand in the air. However, does he know that he's got a barber incoming to get rid of about 90% of that hair?
Got to say, is it game, set and match for Roma Fnatic on the Gfinity Elite Series?
What a dream story as well. We know more than anyone. These playoff places, you cannot... There's not a value on them. You know, they're so hard to come by.
Hold on.
Shells,
referee. That has to be a penalty. That has to be a red card.
Is here finally. If this is a red card, this is the game changer. Pull it. Into the book. Wow.
Referee, are you all right?
It's a warning right there. How is that? Not a red card. Goal scoring opportunity. Can he get himself a goal? Shells does. Is it too little, too late?
Tucks it away to the left-hand side. All he needs, Shells, is 2 goals to force extra time. You see him spamming that offside trap, trying to force his players as high up the pitch as possible to try and squeeze the ball out of him, and he's won it back.
this him coming properly right now? Is this him playing the football he knows he can? Oh my, one more.
Wow.
Oh my.
Wow.
Grandstand finish, baby. You said, Richard, when he's playing like he can, no one can stop him. It's taken about 70 minutes to start it though.
Well, you just see the way that he's playing, it's a lot more emphatic, a lot more aggressive in the final third, the way he's squeezing up the pitch, the way he's pinging the ball into his players' feet. There's a purpose to everything that he's doing. We press the middle button. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, this could be the difference though. He could go and concede from it. Oh my. Ranos is off his feet. He nearly
it's a good
about to celebrate.
It's a good job that's not gone in because...
I think Tash is just laughing there. They've had maybe a red card that could have been, a penalty that could have been. Just that to add salt into the wounds as well. That confidence right now I can just feel from Shells.
Shells goes again.
Can he get an equaliser here in London? Ronaldo back to goal. One more into Bale. It's it.
Oh, what a save De Gea.
Two boys knocked a chair over. Everything's going on in the arena right now.
It's all kicking off at the Gfinity arena. That's a foul.
Time's running out. If we see an equaliser right now, I saw when that second goal went in, everyone's faces changed.
Yep.
Everyone thought, all right, okay, we're not in for an easy ride anymore.
See that offside trap in the bottom right corner? That Shell's just squeezing his players forward.
Oh look, he's got 4 people in the attack. Zimme needs to ensure he can punish him for it. There we go, look at the space, look at the time. One more, conclude this game, make them champions! And champions is what they will be. Here in London, the Swede, he had a plan. And he's delivered it, 4-2. The score, and wow.
Shells will come forward once again.
If he can get a goal. Pele. One more into Bale. There's the shot. Oh my, I thought that nestled the net then.
Yeah, just flashed past the post. De Gea's up for the corner. Whipped into that front post.
From making history, Roma Fnatic will conclude the Friday part of the Elite Series, the FIFA 18 section. They had no playoff places, now they have 2. They have 2 players representing them in Amsterdam. Congratulations to the whole team there. You got Raleigh, you got Poacher, Inter, Zimme. Rano's there, and that's concluded. Congratulations to those guys. £25,000, Richard. They've won the trophy, and well done.
Yeah, no, I said it before the game started, I'll say it again. That is the story of Gfinity and Brandon. They brought in runners. He was a substitute, he came in, he performed where necessary, he booked himself a playoff spot, and Zimme, got to say, the standout player from the entire series. When he was called upon, he delivered. Big victory over Shells, 4-2, 2-0, clean sweep for Roma Fnatic. And they are your champions.
You've seen it there. The hair is going off. The hair's going off. The R9 haircut is incoming. Colin, though, he said if someone's not playing well on my team, they're out. They're not, you know, they're going to get subbed out. Manners came in. What a move that was. What a move to draft that man in the first place. Everything's gone to plan, and I couldn't be more happier for them.
Yeah, they picked their team not off reputation, off of performance levels, off of current form. These 2 players were the best 2 fit for this roster coming into this final day, and they've delivered where necessary. And one man, Kojo FIFA, he'll be one happy American right now.
All we need to know is Amsterdam, 28th of May to the 3rd of June.
Roma will have a presence.
Places. Roma will have not just 1 place, Richard, 2 places there. It wasn't an easy game. They played against TAS and they played against Shells. Grilla subbed out for TAS. Both those couldn't perform. I don't know what it was about it, but they came with a plan and they've done it again.
What a win, and what an Elite Series, Brandon, for Roma Fnatic.
What a first debut for us. It's been an absolute pleasure to commentate over this one. We've seen all the upsets. For me, I've probably seen the best game in my commentating career. That incredible, I can't even explain it. When Zimme went to penalties and Vieira out the bag to send it to extra time was just incredible.
Yeah, there's one man who I want to know his opinion. I'm getting a point from him, so I'm going to give him a point back. Tom Deacon, thoughts?
Thank you so much. Can I just say, Richard, Brandon, thank you so much for season 3, being amazing casters. Looking forward to season 4. But I tell you what, it is time to do this with no more delay. It's time to welcome the first ever FIFA champions in the Gfinity Elite Series. Gentlemen, come and get your trophy! You just stepped in the danger zone. Man, you should have slept, should have stayed home. Now trophy. Bring the trophy. Bring the trophy. Don't leave it. Don't leave it. Come on. Come and join me right here. I'm going to give you... Pop that trophy right there. Ranners, let me give you that for a can I just say, congratulations. And I want to know your personal story for this, because the Challenger Series, not even in the top 3, got picked. Here you are, picking up that prize and a playoff qualification place as well. Look at the stance as well. One arm down on the... It's like a party. Tell me how you're feeling. Put it into words, Ranners.
Oh, it's unbelievable. You know, I mean, to win it is unreal. Like a placement in this tournament, so good. But to win it, unbelievable feeling. Yeah, so I did get drafted from the Challenger Series. Was 34th, so I was really low down in the seeding. But still, Colin knew. He was like, let's get Ranners, good guy. Then,
now the confidence. Where has this confidence been throughout the season?
I've always been confident. I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, so came in, had a good performance against Foley, just kept getting picked, and it's a good coach in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, congratulations to you, Chiboy. What's going on, man?
Now, Zimme, this is probably the most important question you've ever been asked in your life.
Yeah.
How long are you gonna keep the Ronaldo haircut?
Well, first thing I'm gonna do is buy a cap.
Chiboy, maybe if you could lend him your hat throughout the period.
So, like, you gotta, rock it backwards. As someone who's like bald, as well. So you just gotta have to, watch my videos, Twitter, all that stuff, and see how it plays for me. And I think you can pull it off, to be honest with you.
Yeah, definitely.
Listen, I've got to ask, Ranners, to win, when you got the loss in the semi-finals, and then Zimme had to turn up for what was an incredible match, and I'm sure you'll agree. Did you ever think you'd be picking up the trophy tonight?
I did, to be honest, because Zimme, he just clutches out wins. Let's be honest. He just out of nowhere, little shady performance by my end, but Zimme's still able to get the win. And then once you're in the final, it's up for grabs. Yeah. So just had to get the win, which we did.
Yeah, and a clutch and a half from you, Zimme. Talk us through that last one. Take Ranners' mic. I've had enough of Ranners for a second. He's so confident. I love it. Zimme, did you feel as confident about holding that match out?
Yeah, but I thought it was going to be much closer than last time I played him in the Elite Series. But yeah, it felt very good to get that 4-2 goal in the end.
Now, he almost made that comeback. What was going through your mind when he got those 2 quick goals?
Well, I just tried to keep the ball as much as I could, but I'm not that possession player, so yeah, but I played really well in the end and got the 4-2 goal.
And now you're in the playoffs. How do you feel you're going to stack up against the already stacked competition that's there? Do you feel like you are amongst the best and you deserve to be there?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm one of those players that can go all the way in Amsterdam. So yeah.
Well, these are the winning moments, gentlemen. Look at that, Ranners being fanned. That's the confidence. I don't know how you've turned from 34th in the Challenger Series to getting Zimme to fan you during a FIFA match. It's an incredible journey. And seeing, Shells, you ran so quickly there.
So how much would you rate that pace? Is that, what's that, 60? 65 pace, nice, all right.
And Chris Trout even just showing there Zimme for having the haircut. The Swede celebrates in style. Was it relief, or was it? What were you feeling? Exhausted?
I mean, I didn't feel my haircut coming, but I just felt that I was really proud of both me and Ranners for going all the way. Yeah. So yeah.
Listen, guys, while you prepare for this haircut that is coming, it is coming. We're going to bring in the chair. Drapes to London are going to do this. Ranners, you're okay. Did you want to join in as well with the honor?
No, I think I'm busy.
I think he thinks he's busy. Okay, fair enough. Well, listen, congratulations again. I want to head up now to the touchscreen. Finally, Onset and Chris Trout. Gentlemen, what a FIFA Elite Series it's been. How did you see it?
Well, firstly, I've just come up here to give Trout a bit of moral support. I know you've been hard on him, rocking on him pretty much the whole show, Tom. So, Chris, I'm here for you. But obviously, Fnatic, they've taken home the trophy today. I know you want to talk us through a few of the goals that you've seen in that final matchup today.
Well, while I'm not being bullied by Harry Potter down there, I've been taking a look at what Ranners has been doing for himself to become a champion. And it was expertly done from him. He spotted out the weaknesses in Tass's game. And this first goal kind of demonstrates it. He noticed that he's playing the 3-5-2, so he stretches the play all the way out to the wing, which gives so much more space in the middle to move the ball. And as the ball comes back inside, he's got no CDMs there. They're kind of lingering around the box, and they give away an easy goal. It's a very similar situation for the second goal, almost textbook of how to play against a 3-5-2. He knows there's no fullbacks, so he just stretches the play. He knows on replaying on that right midfield spot isn't going to come back and defend properly. There he is making that late run. Loads of space for Messi to get in behind and slots away an easy goal to put himself in a commanding lead.
And one of the things you mentioned there is that when you take those CDMs out of the game, it really does open up that back four. Those two centre-backs are you're so much more exposed because 1-2 quick passes into that box, you do get those opportunities, and that's what he's done so well.
Absolutely. I mean, it was a really well-calculated game from him. You have to say that champions are made out of exposing their opponent's weaknesses, and that's exactly what Ranners did there.
Well, you've got some more goals, I believe, to show us, obviously coming in from our final game there. We'll try and get those up as well. We can see Zimme, a fantastic performance from him to close things out. He's been one of the standout performers for me so far, all the way through the Elite Series, just pulling off results when it mattered. And again, let's just take a look at some of these goals.
Absolutely. He plays the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow so well. He's so aggressive on that counter-attack. He sends players forwards in all sorts of directions. And what's so keen about his gameplay is that he kind of masks the runs he's actually going to do. I think it's this one here where he's looking to play the ball out wide. He's obviously noticed that Shells is going to be looking for R9 and Cristiano Ronaldo. He wants to obviously prioritise them. They're the guys who usually score the goals. But because Pele's made this run down the right-hand side, he's got to focus his attention on him. He's got the ball in the box. And it's almost like a distraction. He's holding on to the ball, waiting for people like R9 and CR7 to get into the middle.
And it's interesting you say that, because when you get into these positions, it almost becomes a game of chess, doesn't it, FIFA? You're trying to anticipate what your opponent's going to do. And sometimes by anticipating that, you can create opportunities that that you may not expect. Sometimes doing the obvious thing is what is effective, because it's almost the unexpected thing.
Exactly that. As he's making these runs, he's pushing people out wide. He thinks he's going to come inside. He's got Ronaldo here as well he's got to deal with, but he can't prioritise his players correctly. And because of that, he's too distracted, focusing on the ball, tunnel visioning, and people like CR7 and R9 cut inside. He hands off a very smart 1-2 and puts it away.
And a fantastic finish there from Ronaldo. I mean, he's been one of the standout players in game, both of those Ronaldos, R-squared as I've been calling them, both of those up front. I mean, have you got anything else to show us here, Chris? Any more goals for us, or is that going to do it for all of the goals that we can show?
We could take a look at his last goal here, and again, it's just very well done from him, just pushing people forward, making these off-the-ball runs that Shells can't deal with, and I think he let himself down once again, not really tactically approaching this game the way he should have done. We saw that he had space between the midfield and the defence. He couldn't really answer for it. He still refused to make changes to counter it, and again, he let himself down.
And my question for you there is obviously, you know, congratulations to Fnatic, but what do you think's happened to Shells in the last few weeks? You know, in the first few weeks we saw, you know, he was one of the most dominant players that we had here in the Elite Series, but seemed to have really fallen off his game a little bit in these latter weeks.
I think maybe his confidence has dipped after a few losses, and I think just in general he's gone into his shell and not as creative as he used to be.
Okay, well, that's going to do it from us up here on the touchscreen. We have some exciting things to come, though, because I believe that someone's got the barber chair out.
Someone has indeed got the barber chair out. My good man here, Morgan, obviously hired by Lynx to come on down here for this U-Gold moment. Can we just give a round of applause for Zimme being a U-Gold person, having this done? It's not easy to get a barber at this time of night, but it is happening. The R9 of 2002, it's happening. Morgan, have you ever cut this sort of haircut before?
I haven't done an R9. We'll give it a go, though.
It's 2002, it's a bit dated, it's vintage, but...
Okay. Vintage, he's bringing it back.
Yeah.
Indeed. Well, you know where your tools are. Wait 1 second, because earlier on this evening, we had the Mo Salah card giveaway thanks to EA Sports. And I can now confirm on the Xbox, Mike Bates, congratulations to you. And on the PlayStation winner, Alex Bowden, for correctly identifying and naming how many goals the R7 Ronaldo scored, which was 4 in the end. CR7. Right, there you go. Cristiano Ronaldo done in the bag. Got the whole team here ready for this. Are you ready for this?
No.
Okay, good. Morgan, what are you waiting for? Let's do this. Come on, let's do this. It's a big moment. It's a weird way to end the Gfinity Elite Series with this moment. But, Chiboy, have you ever witnessed anything like this for FIFA?
No, this is why Gfinity is so special, is because, you know, it's a lot of fun and you get random stuff like this that just makes it even better. So I have to say, this has been the most lighthearted tournament I've ever been a part of, and that's why it's so enjoyable.
Okay, there it is.
Oh, no.
Oh, there we go.
It looks great, mate. It looks fine.
Doesn't that bit stay, though? Oh, okay.
No. You keep the bit short of the front.
You keep the bit short of the front. It's going really low.
Everything's going really low around the sides.
Well, sorry, Morgan, just to explain that to every viewer.
So, it's basically a little bit of two here.
A little bit of a two? A little bit of a two?
Everything else is very short.
I mean, you could still save it.
It'll grow back by the time the World Cup's over.
You can still save that haircut.
Just to explain that, Wolfie, what was that?
I was saying it'll grow back by the time the World Cup's over, so he's all good. He's all good.
Okay, well, listen, what a legend. He's won that, the big prize money. Maverick, did you think we were going to end Season 3, the debut season like this? I can see you already tweeting it.
I didn't, but I've got an Instagram. I've got the best seat in the house right here. I'm literally right at the back, so I'm happy with it. And what a way to end. What a way.
Can I just get in, Chris Trout? We're good friends. Obviously, throughout we've Harry Potter. That's harsh. But anyway, I'll take it.
I thought I might have gone with Paddington Bear after that opening VT today.
Yeah, I know. But look, this is a great way. And how well has Zimme performed throughout the tournament?
He's been fantastic. His gameplay has been phenomenal. I'm looking forward to see what he does at the FIFA E World Cup, because I think he's going to upset a few people. And I think he's probably going to upset his girlfriend with that haircut.
He's laughing. How does it feel? Does it feel a little bit colder right now? How are you feeling? Talk us through it.
I don't really know. It feels weird. It feels really weird.
Is that just because it's just live right now? It's happening?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you know what this could be? A feeling of success.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, because a lot of people don't know how to celebrate. Seema, Chua, you've got the mic there. This is a great way to end Season 3 of FIFA. Have you had an amazing time and seeing Fnatic win?
This is exactly what I thought would happen, Tom. Exactly how I thought it would end. It's amazing. Unbelievable. Oh, no. I feel so bad.
I think this is going to end up looking really good, actually.
I bet it will. It suits you. Definitely suits you.
And just behind, you've got Richard and Brandon are doing amazing commentating and casting throughout the tournament. Two Boy's hair is just giggling. Just behind, Richard.
I need to take a
Just looks a bit painful,
Brandon,
doesn't it? It just.
Is this something you would have done?
I bumped into someone. I bumped into someone yesterday with this haircut in Manchester for some reason, and
this is unbelievable scenes.
The poor fella. He's just. I don't know what grade we're going down.
What sort of hat would you go for in this situation, Richard?
Maybe like the biggest canvas hat I could probably find. To cover all my hair.
Cowboy hat.
He must be feeling okay with this, with the fact that £25,000, the champs, performing. It doesn't matter what his hair looks like. He can take on the feeling of your R9 and go forward. Could it be like Samson? Will he lose his power now? Could that possibly be a situation, Seema?
It could be. It could be. Well, do you know what? He is the champion. So you know what? It's worth it, no?
I mean, it's worth it when you win that kind of money. I mean, you see Mark Zuckerberg. He wears like the same hoodie, the same clothes. It doesn't matter what you wear. It's just about the person underneath the Ronaldo haircut. That's the first time.
Are you trying to make him feel better?
Yes, I am.
Let's take it back to the desk. Let's disperse. It's too weird now. Come on, guys. We'll move around a little bit. Get back onto the desk.
We're not finished
I know
yet.
we are, but we're going to cut back and forth. It's just too weird. I just want to specify that the Gfinity, this is all Zimmer's idea. And do you know what, actually, can I just say, I think it's looking brilliant.
We're just hanging around.
I think it looks fantastic on that side of things. Listen, Fnatic, gentlemen, Fnatic.
I love this camera angle, by the way. Just us at the desk.
This is the most random camera angle. It's amazing.
Ranners is being real quiet right now. I mean, shouldn't he technically won as well?
Do it, Ranners. Join your team. Come on, mate. Come on, Ranners.
Do you want to?
What I like is the fact that Zimme has gone from a smile to no smile. But listen, a serious thought right now. How good were Fnatic, guys? Deserve to win the tournament?
Definitely deserved. I mean, they came out they're so composed throughout all the fixtures, even the previous Gfinity weeks. And they did the business. I mean, Ranners, again, coming off the bench to go all the way and lead Fnatic to victory. I think that's amazing. I'm sure he's new to the scene. He's probably been watching TAS last year in FIFA 17, and he comes here and beats him to qualify for the playoffs. So that's got to be unbelievable for him.
Well, an incredible story. Listen, I'm going to start doing a thank you, Zimme. Always a pleasure every single week. Looking forward to season 4.
It was brilliant.
Chris Trout, that happened, and it will continue to happen. On set, thank you so much. Richard, Brandon, beautiful work. And Wolfie, Maverick, and Chiboy, thank you so much. Probably that man Zimme is going to need that hat. Listen, guys, that's it from us tonight and for FIFA for this series of the Gfinity Elite Series. Congratulations once again to Fnatic. And I'd also like to thank my team, my wonderful team, for all their hard work. There is, of course, the finals of Rocket League tomorrow. That's now at 4 p.m. And you won't want to leave your screen as the final of Street Fighter comes swiftly after. It's at 8 p.m. And our final episode of Game On will be available on Wednesday. And if there wasn't enough information for you to take on board while a man is having his haircut behind me, and on Thursday, there will be a Season 3 Elite Series wrap show. You won't want to miss that either. So from all of us, thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time.